The City of Chelsea has important positions to be filled in the City Council next general election in November. Today we are taking a look at the remaining 2 City Councilors at large choices. Last week we featured the other 4. Up next is Deborah Washington. Welcome to Urban Update.
Thank you.
Deborah, now you've served on the City Council before. You're not an incumbent now, but you've got experience on the City Council in the past couple of terms, also on the school committee as well. And you're born and raised in Chelsea.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, welcome to Urban Update. Let's begin with why are you running for City Council again?
Well, I'm running for City Council again, Brian, is because there has been a breakdown in communication between city government and the residents of Chelsea around the economic developments that are happening in the city. We have a group of people who have been there for generations, and they're wondering if a city is going to take their homes away by eminent domain because they feel that there's not enough space in the city as it is. Then we have these complexes being built in a city. The rents are so high, the average residents can't afford to pay for them. And you have landlords increasing their rents because you have these new complexes. And people are afraid if this continues to be thrown in the street and will not be able to afford the rent and stay in the city of Chelsea.
Okay. In your opinion, what are the 3 most pressing issues facing the residents of Chelsea?
I would say the 3 most pressing would be economic development, affordable housing, and high rents.
You talk about economic development. There's not a lot of buildable land in Chelsea, developable land. Where do you see the problem being?
Well, that's the problem. That's how people are looking at it. But right now, they're taking vacant areas, they're converting it. You know, we have developments in Chelsea, more are coming in. We have another hotel coming in. But I see the problem is space. We really don't have the space.
Is it being developed the way you think it should be?
I think it's being developed. They have professionals in there doing it, but I just feel that the city is crunched as it is, and especially with the biggest projects that's going to be coming in is going to be the Silver Line.
What makes you a good representative for the residents of Chelsea in your view?
Well, in my view, I'm a resident of Chelsea. I have served on a city council. I have served on a school committee. I have worked with various communities and organizations in the city of Chelsea dealing with the issues of Chelsea. So I know Chelsea. I know some of the problems. I am a person who likes to get resolutions and solutions to problems. That's what my whole gear is getting the people's answers to their concerns around economic development, rising prices.
What about making the City Hall more proactive in providing city services and maintenance? So what are you planning to do in that area?
Well, I think the city is proactive, pretty much proactive. Can it be more? Yes. They have, the inspectional service has a way where residents can call in if there's any kind of complaints in the city, like sort of broken sidewalks, telephone wires, they can call in. They got a direct line. They also have a proactive initiative called Click and Fix It, where you take your camera, take the picture, send it in. I think they do good with the workforce they have. It's very small. I think to do more will have to be more people hired to get the quick response that people expect, and that will fall under purview of the city manager. So if I was a city council, I would be going to the city manager and asking him to create proactive issues.
Can you share any specific initiatives that you yourself plan on spearheading?
Well, I plan on spearheading when I get in, creating open forums so that the residents of Chelsea can come and express their concerns to city government, and the city government can sit down and listen to them and come up with resolutions around all this economic development and all this high rents. The city manager is the one who determines how much affordable housing comes in, how much economic development comes in. So we need to be at the table. It needs to be an open discussion to put people's fears at rest. And that's what I plan to do when I get is create forums.
Now, with all these new developments going on in the city, the Silver Line is coming in, rents and housing are always an issue. What is your take on how those issues should be approached?
Well, the Silver Line's coming in. It's going to be a great benefit for the residents of Chelsea. It's going to connect Chelsea directly with South Station, North Station, you know, the airport, all the way to the C District, which will be easy access for people to get on there and travel to the various workplaces. But my thing is the downside of it is I see the plans, beautiful plans, going to be doing beautifications, renovating, tearing things down. My thing is, what are they going to tear down? For them to have this T line in the city, space is going to have to be made. And that's going to be a bad point. Are they tearing down houses? Are they relocating people? Time will tell. I've been to these meetings. I asked questions about increasing of housing, rent. They said once they renovate, beautify, rents will go up, rents will be increased. To what percentage? They don't know.
Are you concerned about gentrification, the houses, the rents going up, and the people who, the working people who live there not being able to afford them?
Well, yeah, definitely. And that's like a main issue of people, too. They wonder, is this going to be another Boston where Beacon Hill, where people will push back? Is Chelsea going to be now a Beacon Hill? If that's what the city government is going for, that's a concern of the people.
Now, the city has, as you know, an enormous Latino presence. Some have said the city should do more to diversify its own workforce. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think there should be diversity in the city, but not based on any one specific group. Chelsea is a multicultural melting pot. We have various nationalities and people in our city. I think it should be diversified because it'll be good for our children to see someone in a position that looks like them in the police, on the fire department, and things like that. So I would actually sit down with the city manager with that.
Okay, and we'll wrap it up right there. Deborah Washington, candidate for City Council of Chelsea. 6 candidates, 3 seats. The election is coming right up. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, when we come back, the problem of unresolved homicides in Boston and how it affects the family of the victims right here on Urban Update.